What's up, Poke fam? It's Chels with Vine Whip Cards, and Happy New Year. Yes, I know I'm late, but we work a full-time job, so we're doing our best. I decided I wanted to make a video on my goals for 2026 in my TCG vending business. I think I decided to make a video out of it, one, because content. We always need more content. Two, I think it gives me actual documentation of these goals to try and hold myself accountable. I think it's easy for a lot of people, I know I'm included in this, to make these goals for whether it's ourselves, for our career, for whatever it may be during the new year and not following through with it. I'm hoping that if I put this out into the universe and it's out there on the public platforms, that I'm going to hold myself more accountable. 2025 was a really big year for me. When 2025 started, I was probably about 6 months into restarting my Pokemon collecting journey, and I really went through this big transition in 2025. I honestly never saw myself vending. I actually told my wife I would probably never vend because it's crazy. And yet here we are. I am really proud of myself that I've found something that genuinely brings me joy. I've met a lot of friends. I've seen a lot of cool cards. I've learned a lot. And I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. My long-term goal for Vine Whip cards in general is to eventually be able to quit my corporate job and go into the TCG hobby full-time as a vendor. What vending has allowed me to do in the past 4 months that I've been doing it is really find something I am passionate about. I love talking about the hobby. I love buying, selling, and trading cards. I love looking at people's collections. I love making that connection. I love making content like this. It really brings me joy. And I think it became a realization that I want to turn this into a full-time job. When my wife looked at me and was like, "This is the happiest I've seen you in a while." And I think when you have somebody so close to you like that say something like that to you, it really hits home. Not to give my wife all the credit, but she's a real one. So I appreciate her for saying that to me. Not throwing my mom out there, but my mom's also said the same thing to me. I feel at ease when I do this. I'm not stressed about it. I am enjoying it. And I understand things can change when you're depending on something as your income. But I'm in a job where I love my team. I love my coworkers. It's not a bad job. I don't hate my job, but I'm not passionate about it. And I'm one of those people who needs to feel connected to what they're doing. And I think a lot of people are. I think I'm just to the point in my life where I don't want to spend another 30 years being connected to something that's not meaningful to me. This is meaningful because it's hitting a lot of different things for me. It's hitting a social aspect for me. I work from home right now. I've worked from home for probably 8 years. So that is a lovely change for me on the weekends to be able to go out and talk to people. And yes, I get a little peopled out here and there, but I'm enjoying it. I also do not feel the Sunday scaries or the stress scaries when thinking about vending on the weekends or going to card shows or sourcing cards or having to do deals or making content. I'm enjoying it way too much right now. Maybe it'll phase a little bit. I don't know. But I'm going to ride the wave as long as I can, guys. So with that, I've got some big plans for Vine Whip cards in 2026. If I could quit my job in a year, I would. I'm not sure it's 100% obtainable, and I would never want to put myself in a situation where I'm not ready to make that kind of cutoff. So realistically, I'd love to give myself about 18 months to try and turn my card business into a full-time job for me and quit my corporate 9-to-5. So after that long little intro story, I wanted to share some of my 2026 goals with you guys. If there's anything I could take away from 2025, I think I moved very, very quickly and I moved fast and I was trying to just get started. I sold a lot of my PC to start my vending business, which is okay. A lot of people do that. It's not a big deal. And that was mainly because I didn't have like this huge chunk of money to just go out and buy a ton of cards outside of what I had, right? But one of my biggest takeaways is tracking my inventory better. That is my first goal for 2026. I've already been fairly proactive and I've created myself, well, actually ChatGPT kind of helped me a little bit, created myself a master inventory, travel expenses, show expenses spreadsheet. I want to be able to track by card what I paid for it, what its value is, what I sold it for. Month over month, what am I spending on marketing materials such as social media ads, tablecloths, backdrops, stickers. What am I paying for vending materials, labels, penny sleeves, top loaders, all those things. Do I need to add in gas or mileage? Am I staying in a hotel for the weekend? Is it a multiple day event? Do I have sealed product? Do I have PSA slabs? What did I buy those for? What am I selling them for? So that is really my number one goal for 2026, is just to be better overall at tracking my inventory, keeping notes, being as detailed as I can. There's going to be times we miss something because we're moving so fast at the table. We can't always stop what we're doing just to write down what somebody bought it for or this or that or whatever it may be. But I'm going to try my best to do so much more than I did last year. Goals 2 and 3 kind of go hand in hand, but I've separated them, so hang in there with me. Goal number 2, I want to reach 5,000 followers on Instagram as well as 5,000 followers on TikTok. What blows my mind is by day, I am a digital marketing manager. I work for other companies and grow their social media. But when it comes to my own social media, I just am like tapped out by the end of the day. And it's like, I don't want to do it for some reason. But why? I should be able to come first after my job is done. I should be able to power through and work on something that is important to me. I know I need to post consistently. I know I need to make shorts. I know I need to make long form videos. Video performs better than photos, by the way. Just throwing that tip out there. So my plan is to sit down and write my own social media calendar for each month, pick out topics to do both long form and short form videos on, continuing to post my vendor POV videos, both long form and short form, posting, I don't know, different ideas like cards of the week, trending cards, trending down cards, trending upwards, all the things. But those are 2 big goals for both Instagram and TikTok. My third goal, which kind of rolls into the second goal, is I want to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I feel like YouTube is a little harder than Instagram or TikTok, just because you are looking for those people who are dedicated to your channel. Again, posting consistently on any of the platforms is what is going to make you visible to other people's feeds. I just haven't been in the mindset previously to sit down and film videos like this to do long form content on YouTube outside of my vendor POV. So that's my third goal, which is to reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the year. If I can do more, great, but I think 1,000 is obtainable, and that's what I'm reaching for. My fourth goal for 2026 is I'm going to get myself one way or another into at least one front row card show. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. Front row card show seems to be one of the hardest ones for vendors to get involved with. Unless you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, you're not getting in. I've been trying to get into one for January, which will probably already happen before I get this video up, who knows. But it's in Tacoma, and I am like posting on my Instagram story like every day, like, I will pay for your table, give me half of it, and I will pay you your table fee plus a percentage, whatever, money ready, like just looking for a chance. But overall, my goal is to get into one front row. I don't care where it is at this point. I will fly. I will walk myself. Okay, maybe not walk, but one way or the other, I'm getting myself into one. Goal number 5 for me. While vending has been successful for me, I do need to find a second avenue of flipping cards. because the biggest thing I have learned is move cards as quickly as you can. The more you can push out, the better at profiting you can have. Then you're taking your money and putting it into new inventory to continue to grow and grow and grow. When I started Vine Whip Cards, I actually started streaming on Whatnot. I don't hate the platform, but some of it's a little too aggressive for me. So I think I want a little bit more of a calmer stream. I was doing like $2 start auctions with like, $2 to $5 cards. Would always kind of have like a back wall set up with some bigger cards, and you could ask me to see it, and like I'd put that up, like the market price of that up on stream, and you could bid for it or not. But I think I'm going to move to potentially trying to do claim sales on TikTok and do those. I've been thinking of coming up with a series of like day after card show claim sale. Like every Sunday or Monday, stream on TikTok, try to do a claim sale to push out some of these cards that didn't go over the weekend. That way I'm just like consistently filling holes, because there may be a week where I'm not going to a card show, right? So how do I fill that? For me, I don't feel like an online store is an avenue I want to go down. I don't deal a lot in sealed product, but I have been thinking about working with a distributor for Japanese or Chinese sets. Most of my inventory are singles and slabs. Yes, I have some slabs now, guys. We started 2026 off great at this first card show that I did. It was really, really awesome. Got some big trade-ins and some PSA 10s that came in and some higher value cards, and that just like, I think that's really just accelerated me for the rest of the year. Anyway, but I think streaming on TikTok, potentially revisiting streaming on Whatnot, may be a beneficial thing for me. I know I need to have a second avenue of flipping cards other than like Facebook and stuff. I find and buy off of Facebook, but I don't really like selling on it. So I think looking at a TikTok stream, or when I hit 1,000 followers, an Instagram stream is going to be my next best bet. Number 6, and it's kind of my final goal for the year, because I wanted to not do too many, because then when you have too many goals, then you get too overwhelmed, and it's just like all the pressure, and I don't want pressure in this. I mean, I'm going to have pressure because it's like a constant grind of finding card shows, finding cards, making deals, buying stuff at a percentage, making sure you're selling at enough percentage to, kind of cover what you've spent on your inventory. But my 6th and final goal for 2026 is I would love to do a net profit of at least $10,000. I know that seems kind of low, and you might be thinking, well, I think you could probably do better than that. It's not that I don't think I can do better than that. This is just where I would be satisfied doing this for a full year and really learning and figuring out different product to put into my inventory, how to offer different things, and knowing that I'm tracking my inventory correctly to know that I am making X amount of money or profiting X amount of money, right? If I could do $50,000 this year, I would love to, because I think that shows for me potentially in another 6 months, I might be able to leave my job. I'm trying to stay in a mindset of creating obtainable goals for myself, not underwhelmingly low standard goals, but just things I know with my lifestyle, how busy my life is. I have a family, I have a kiddo, I have a full-time job. I also have a little contracting job that I work for. It's trying to make sure I have time for all the things where I'm giving everything enough time that it deserves. So these are my 6 goals for the year. I'm hoping 2026 is really going to be a wonderful year for me in Vine Whip Cards. I really appreciate everybody's support so far. I appreciate everybody who has bought, sold, traded with me. You guys are highly appreciated. I want to give a big shout out to my wife. She has been one of my biggest supporters through this. And I really don't know that I would have continued to do it if she wasn't like, you're really happy. And that was a big kicker for me. So thanks, babe. You're an MVP. But yeah, so that's my goals for the year. get ready for more content, get ready for more things from me. We're not slowing down anytime soon. I can't wait to meet more of you. I want to network more. I want to do more collabs with other vendors. Man, I'm just ready to do this thing in 2026. So with that, Poke Fam, Fine Whip Cards,